And for the first time in my career, so as I said, I was 49, and I don't know if funny things happen to men at this age, but I decided to pause and just really reflect on the career journey I'd had up to that point. So an individual contributor or a sales guy, but always with a real, and I'm not suggesting others don't or that I'm anything special in that regard, but always with real integrity around my go-to-market strategy, always with a very strongly held philosophy around research and intimacy with buyers, not just being a sales guy that rocks up to try and do a deal, but really taking the time to understand, what's our customer's current operating model, what's their proposition, where is their industry, where is their business heading. So an individual contributor role, the move into a startup, which I think accesses a different part of your brain in terms of how you grow a startup or a scale up and everything that goes into that in an owner-led, owner-operated organization. From there into a very highly respected management consulting organization full of brilliant people where probably just had to round off some slightly rough edges to belong in an organization like that, but did it. And then stepping into a true C-suite role with P&L, go-to-market, accountability for a big group of people and a big budget. So I decided to pause and really try and actually this isn't uncommon. I'm talking to a lot of people that are actually doing the same thing now, maybe have grown frustrated, have got to an age where they may not tolerate certain behaviors that they observe in their own corporate lives. I decided to pause and really connect with what do I want to do with the next X years of my career. And it became really obvious to me that my passion is go-to-market strategy. My passion is go-to-market activation and being the driver of real transformative growth. And also having lived through buy and sell M&A transactions on both sides of the transaction, I have a real deep conviction that there isn't enough focus, there isn't enough attention and intensity around the human side of M&A. Understandably, there's a huge amount of focus on the financial transaction. So that is deep scrutiny of the balance sheet. How has the business top line grown over a period of time? Where is the profitability? How does that inform the transaction the transaction structure? Are we buying 100% of the business? Are we deferring a portion of that business to let the resident founder or CEO ride the upside of future growth and monetize that? There wasn't enough attention on revenue synergies. So I think it's a well-trodden path that we form a view around valuation of an asset. We negotiate and engage around the transaction structure, which informs the multiple, typically of EBITDA, that we're prepared to pay. And then very quickly attention turns to cost out synergies. So actually, how do we, as we put these two organizations together, how do we deliver the cost out benefits, and how do we flow that down to the bottom line? I would argue, and actually since setting up my business in July of 2023, I've had this kind of reinforced to me that there is absolutely a need to look at revenue synergies, to map go-to-market strengths and weaknesses, both sides of the transaction. And equally, that can be done within a BAU organization that maybe is starting to experience a slowdown in growth within their current planning horizon. And equally, it could be a business, like I said, that is preparing itself for a liquidity event, either a trade sale or an IPO in the next 12, 18, 24 months. But go-to-market strategy is, for me, really, really important to prioritize as an organization plots its way to growth.